It's in a good position now, but, if you had like 4 extra inches there, that's what she said.
I can't stop thinking about it.
No, it's just crazy, right?
It's like you can double up freedom.
Yeah, you could double it up.
Subaru Outlander, something or another.
You guys watch Star Wars? And like when they hit that warp speed and the stars are...
I was sweating and I was dead and I was hot. And I was just like, oh no.
I load my bike on the car. I take my clothes off. I turn on the car radio.
You just drive home naked?
And it's definitely something that people weren't expecting to see.
So, Dred, this morning we started our motorcycle ride in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Spoke Easy, which is your cycling shop. It's a local community-based shop. You guys have a bar there, a music venue there. You obviously fix and sell bicycles. You guys do a bunch of stuff for the local community at this space. And from there we rode, we hit a couple gas station stops on the way, headed straight to Brevard, North Carolina. And we honestly, we didn't have the best, most enjoyable ride to get here. But I also wanted to show you what that bike can do and what that bike can feel like, just like cruising down the interstate, So my goal with today was to take you on this ride where you got to experience a little bit of every single route.
Yep.
And then in return, we had your gravel bicycles mounted to our motorcycles, and we went on a gravel bicycle ride. That was just such an incredible experience. For me, that was like a heightened road bike, more aggressive road biking experience.
Yep. I had a great time. I appreciate the invite, getting me introduced to the Pan Ams. I just think it was a great day with motorcycles and bicycles.
Whew, awesome ride.
Sick. Thank you, dude.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. I don't remember which way we put these things on. This way, right? Backwards.
Yep. Front wheel back.
The bike racks that we made for the Pan Ams, they seem to hold up well.
Didn't even know the bike was on the motorcycle.
Yeah, that's the thing I would say I was super impressed with is what was that bike weigh, 20 pounds or something like that. It didn't feel like I had an additional 20 pounds with me. It was just like, all right, let's just keep sailing. It's not like the wind took it super weird or hard or pulled me a weird direction.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't feel any adverse conditions or anything with the bike on the side.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of design improvements. What do you say? What should we improve on them? What do you think as the cyclist professional?
One thing I would change would be probably moving it to where the bike positioned further back on the bike. It's in a good position now, but if you had like 4 extra inches there, that's what she said. If you had 4 extra inches, you would definitely, the cockpit there would be a lot cleaner.
For your right leg to clear.
Exactly.
Yeah. On that same note, I thought something today that was super fun was like all the people that came up to us and were like, wait, you have a bicycle on a motorcycle? And they were just like mind blown, and they were like, wait, it's on a Harley-Davidson? Like that was the second level of them being mind blown. First they would realize that there's a bicycle attached to a motorcycle, and the second thing was, wait, this is on a Harley-Davidson.
Even as we was leaving out of Charlotte, people passing us in cars and looking and waving, taking pictures.
That's right.
It's definitely something that people weren't expecting to see.
I can't stop thinking about it.
No, it's just crazy, right? It's like you could just get off your bike, and even if you're not even touring like in the woods, you could just get off your bike and tour the city. You don't,
right,
just,
or like you're going to stay at a hotel like in the middle of a city. Well, you still have a bicycle that you can go ride around that city. That's cool.
It's crazy. I love that. Yeah.
So today we went to a place called The Hub, which is a local Brevard bike shop. And when you show up to The Hub, you see a variety of different vehicles that have bike racks on them. So whether that be a Toyota 4Runner or a Tacoma, Subaru, whatever, Outlander, something or another. What is it called? Outback. Not an Outlander, a Subaru Outback or something like that. So when we show up on a motorcycle with a bicycle attached to it, that's obviously unique. Do you feel like that opens up any opportunities for you on taking a bicycle somewhere? And if so, how?
First thing I could think of is just the freedom of it. Being a motorcyclist, you're always looking for opportunities to ride your motorcycle. You're going to the mountains, you want to take your motorcycle with you.
It's like you can double up freedom.
Yeah, you could double it up because, once you get up there, you could pull your gravel bike or your mountain bike or your road bike off the side of your motorcycle, and then you could hit the parkway, you could hit the Pisgah trails, you could do whatever you want, and make a full day of it. Like today was like one of the greatest days. I mean, you go from motorcycles to bikes, back to motorcycles. It's fun going to the mountains, in your Subaru or your Outlander.
You're out back.
It's, you get up there, you have a good time, you ride your bike around, but you're driving back home in this hot box. You don't have the, you don't have that adrenaline rush anymore.
That's right.
The party's over. But if you could just throw your bike on your motorcycle and finish the day up strong, that's the way it should end.
Regardless if it's motorcycling or cycling, what does adventure mean to you, or what does touring mean to you?
Adventuring or touring to me is getting out of my comfort zone, doing things that might be a little challenging, pushing the limits, but also, just going places. Our shop, we did a tour around 485. So you don't have to go far.
Right.
You could just, ride just places that you haven't been.
Oh, I forgot to turn my Strava on.
Oh no! We gotta go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Start over. These campsites are sick.
So we did two different things today for the most part. I took you on an adventure on a motorcycle, your first touring adventure experience, and you in return did the same thing for me on a bicycle, and you took me on my touring adventure bicycle experience. What kind of parallels could you draw from that?
I mean, first of all, you got to get geared up. There's no way around it. Helmets. You pretty much take the same amount of time getting ready for either.
And with that said, like the thinner gear, I actually was wearing a Spokeezy jersey today, and when we were doing our climb up the mountain, I was sweating, and I was dead, and I was hot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh no, I overdressed for this or whatever. But then we turned around and came back down the mountain, and I was freezing cold.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a parallel where you like have to get dressed up, but the difference is a motorcycle, you're in the wind the whole time. Like you never have to pedal. You never really have to work at it.
Exactly.
So you kind of dress for, regardless if you're climbing a mountain or going down the hill, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's one of the differences with cycling. With cycling, a lot of people have to bring extra gear with them. They'll bring like leg warmers, arm warmers, things like that. So when they are descending, they could pull their arm warmers out, throw them on their arms and their leg warmers on, and then when they're climbing, they could push them down or take them off.
What other type of parallels can you draw other than gear?
Obviously, you're on two wheels, so you got to be focused.
It's true.
It's not like you're in a four-wheel car. You're always focused. You're always engaged with what you're doing, and that's what I like about it. You can't deviate. You can't look off into the woods and daydream, especially when you're bombing down a hill at, 20 miles per hour. And it's the same way on a motorcycle. You're on the highway, even though you're cruising, you never know if there's debris or a pothole, so you always got to be focused and looking forward. It's almost like, you guys watch Star Wars? And like when they hit that warp speed and the stars are, and they're just hyper-focused right there. That's what it feels like, and that's what I love about it.
And you feel the same, like regardless if you're cycling or riding a motorcycle?
Exactly, yeah, you just fall into that groove, and you just feel one with your surroundings, and everything's just, groovy.
Yeah, so I actually feel like a little different from motorcycling to cycling. And that might be just because of my experience level of motorcycling and my comfort level. When I'm riding a motorcycle, like I feel like I'm driving a car. Like I could fall asleep any minute. And I have to actively do things to like make myself not get fatigued or to make myself stay awake, whether that be stretching or whether that be listening to something. But when I'm cycling, it's like I'm constantly in this headspace of I'm fighting through this. I'm pushing myself as hard as I can. I'm growing from this experience. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what I love about cycling.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of the other benefits that I get from cycling is setting that goal. You go out for a ride, reaching the top of a climb a little quicker, or getting through a certain stretch of road a little faster, or I love challenging myself that way, and it's probably one of the biggest reasons that I still cycle.
That's huge.
Yeah, and just trying to set goals and top them.
It's crazy how efficient it is. Absolutely blows my mind.
That's how I feel when I get on that Pan Am.
Yeah, exactly. Comparable.
Did you have any expectations going into today?
I mean, I was super nervous coming into it, but why
were you nervous?
Just the duration of the trip, riding on the highway on such a tall bike, things like that I'm not used to. I didn't have anything to compare it to. You know, besides the motorcycles I do ride, totally different. You know, I was a little nervous about that. I mean, the bike handles so well. It almost drives itself. It's kind of scary.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, you just feel so comfortable on it. You don't feel any bumps on the highway. You know, that's new to me. You know, I'm used to feeling every crack.
Is it weird being able to like pack so much more gear on the Pan Ams that we rode today as compared to your bicycle?
I love that aspect of it. Yeah. I mean, I think I brought my whole house with me. Yeah. I brought like 3 sweatshirts, a jacket, everything. I was like, it was amazing. You know, I can't do that on a bike.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yeah,
no,
you just suffer. You just suffer. You know, you just do the best you can and suffer the rest of it.
Got to be strategic about
Yeah,
what
you gotta
you pack and where you pack it.
Exactly. And that's the thing, you know, because you don't want to pack your rain gear at the bottom of your bag and then it starts raining on you. So everything has to be layered properly, and when you need it, you can pull it out.
Show off. Can I do it? Can I do it? No.
Dude, tomorrow I have the best ride lined up for you. We're gonna take some gravel roads, go explore a bit on those gravel roads. I think it'll be like nice for you to get a feel for the bike on some of the technical stuff that we're gonna ride. And I'm gonna take you to this killer waterfall that you're gonna be stoked on. And so we'll go do some hiking and wrap up the day doing that, and then head back to Charlotte.
Today's been such an awesome day, you know, waking up in the morning, be able to hop on motorcycles, go to the mountains, which is my favorite place to be, get on a bicycle, which is one of my favorite things to do. Normally when I come up here, you know, I'll be in my Jeep or something like that, and basically the fun's over once my bike ride is over. You know, I load my bike on the car, I take my clothes off, you know, I turn on the car radio.
You just drive home naked?
And just, yeah, you know, you know, so that's how I drive. Just with this, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, you know, because, you know, basically, you know, the adventure's not over. You know, we still got a minimum of 2.5 hour ride home, and depending on what we decide to do. Basically, you know, the party doesn't stop till you hit your front door.
Dude, that's so good. I'm stoked for a ride tomorrow. Thank you for today. I learned a lot from you as always. You are an incredible human being. Dude, you are doing so much for our local community. I'm always learning from you. You're always teaching me things, so thank you. I'm excited to spend more time together.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, dude, of course.
It doesn't hurt at all. Nothing hurts. I'm not in any pain. It's all mental. Keep pushing. That's what David
What up, buddy?
Isn't that the guy? Just wake up. Work harder than everybody else. All right.
I needed a pause.
All right. That's cool.